In fact, that brings us to our next question. It comes from David, and he says, my daddy fell and they put him in rehab, and they're giving him some kind of physical therapy, and then he fell again. I think he's worse off than before the rehab. And shouldn't the rehab center be paying those bills? That's what he really wants to know. So David wants to know, what should I do in this case?
BJ?
Well, falls, as flippant as it sounds, and I don't mean it that way, but they happen quite often in older members of the population. In the nursing homes particularly, there are a lot of studies out there that you'll hear over and over again. If you take a case such as this where there's a fall, that somebody who falls might fall is supposed to, I think the average resident is supposed to fall 2 or 3 times a year statistically. But it gets down to fall risk assessment and what's called interventions. Fall risk assessments required by law. They have to do it of every resident to assess what, for example, are they on medications? How stable are they walking? Do they have any restrictions on this, that, or the other, cognitive status, a number of other factors. And they come up with what's called a fall risk assessment score. And whatever that score is, it categorizes them as a low risk, moderate risk, or high risk for falling. And then depending on what that categorization is, there's certain interventions or steps of prevention that have to be taken. And that's where you usually find the error made by the facility, because they will have classified the resident as high risk, yet not done everything they're supposed to do under their own policy to address the risk of fall. So, falls they happen in nursing homes, but they're not that difficult of a case, because you could usually use their own documents against them.